All right. We're gonna be starting another Amulet stream. It's been a while, so I apologize for the for the disappearance, but we're back, and hopefully this week we're gonna be just. I think I'm gonna be able to stream every day at my regular time, so that should be nice to get back to my regular schedule. But yeah, please bear with me while life gets a little bit on the way of my streaming. But well, so this is where I am currently starting off to try to build Amulet for the new modern metagame. I've been playing a couple of leagues off stream, trying to see what people are up to, and then trying to make some changes in order to accommodate according to what I'm seeing and what I expect to see as well. Did it for early Friday night and went 4-0. Got a couple of packs of Legions, search for the last winning pool for Titan and pulled it was a 3. Nice. Nice, Crimson. That's awesome. And thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. You should try Uro. It's busted. Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in Uro. I'm not interested in any of the cards. I've seen lists with Dryads working around and like with one Valakut. I think that the cost of putting one Valakut in your deck is extremely high. Every land that it's not, basically any land that you put in your deck needs to be better than a basic forest, and I don't think Valakut is significantly worse than a basic forest for obvious reasons. It's an ETB tap land, it taps for a color of mana that is pretty much irrelevant to us, etc. etc. So I think that the cost of having Valakut in your deck is extremely high, and I just don't think that having a land that doesn't do literally anything without the other part of the combo, I don't think that's where I want to be in my Amulet deck. We have seen a tendency in the past like year, honestly, trying to try to make sure that we can enact the Primeval Titan game plan every single game, and trying to do so in the most efficient and most effective way. And Valakut goes exactly Valakut and the Dryad do exactly the opposite. I even saw players playing less Asusas in order to make room for the Dryad. Valakut is bad, Dr. Jack. Dr. Jack and Paimolans, both of you, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Yeah, thank you so much for the support. And yeah, I think that the cost is just a little bit too high for my taste. And Jeff Cat 13, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold as well. Um, so as I was saying, I think that the cost is a little bit too much. I think that the Dryad it's just actively bad for us. Like the difference between Asusa and the Dryad is just like being able to play 2 extra lands versus just 1 extra land is just huge. The only thing that makes the Dryad better than Asusa is the 4 toughness, but that's in my opinion that's pretty irrelevant. And again, like cutting Asusas is just not something I'm interested in doing. I always want 4 Asusas in every single one of my Amulet lists. This is by far our best ramp spell. And the other thing that I saw is people cutting Scout. Cutting Scout, it's a little bit more defensible, but you're making... Javik, thank you for the follow. You're making your deck so much slower and so much sub-train hype. Thank you, Creepson, for the sub. We do have kind of like a sub train going on. This is nice. A great way to start a stream. But yeah, like the Dryad just fits very awkwardly in our curve, which was the same problem that we had in the past when I tested the dinosaur, right? Like the what's the name? Wayward Swordtooth. When I tested the dino, it had exactly the same problem. Ooh, Glory Fades. Also, thank you so much for the subscription. So many subs in like the first 5 minutes. Really appreciate the support, everyone. So yeah, by cutting all of your 1-drops, now you're literally down to like basically 8 plays on turn 1, and like playing Once Upon a Time on turn 1 is like, even when there's nothing that you can draw towards, there's even less of an incentive to play Once Upon a Time on turn 1. So then it's like it's even worse. It's weird. Like I don't like the whole concept. Um, I don't like the whole concept of just like cutting all of your one drops. It seems like, I mean, after all, we're playing modern, right? We're not playing pioneer, so it's not like we have that much time to be messing around. And scout, having an early scout is just so powerful in so many matchups. Didn't they replace him with slot? Not a fan. Um, I mean, honestly, I don't know. Like the list that I had seen had cut Dryad entirely. It had cut Scout entirely for four Dryads, or were playing like only two or three Azuzas. I think Canister played the challenge this weekend with a list with like only two Azuzas and four Dryads, and I'm like, what are we doing here? But anyway, so this is the list that I've been playing from my GP Austin list. What I did is I cut the second cavern in the main, put it in the sideboard, and I added the fourth castle. This is something that I've been kind of trying to go for a minute now, trying to add a castle. The fourth castle, since I think that this card is excellent for us. And well, another thing that I was testing is I saw like Dilks and like those guys playing one fetch land in their deck. So I'm running one Misty Forest and two Breeding Pools. I don't like this at all, by the way. Misty is just so brutal against Ashiok. I was playing against Ashiok and I top deck Misty as my sixth land, and I'm like, oh no. It felt real bad. The four dryas with the one Valakut did seem interesting. Yes, but I think that so what I think that people are not focusing on is the fact that both of those things are a cost, right? The Dryad is not good without Valakut, and Valakut is worthless without the Dryad. So we're putting in our deck two cards that are very very bad if we don't have the other card, right? And that is, I think, the main issue with the list. Like I played against like the pseudo mirror yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, and I simply won because I just ghost quarter the Valakut, and then my Titans were double striking and my opponents were not. So my opponent was just like chomp blocking every turn while I was crashing through with Primeval Titans, right? It's not great. It just I don't know. I don't know. I think it's cute and like it's cool that people are trying things out, but I personally I'm not on board at all. Going to the sideboard, one thing that you'll see is Grafdigger's Cage. Of course, like cheap artifacts become even better when we have access to Trinket Mage. I'm choosing to go with a Grafdigger's Cage over something like Tormod's Crypt, specifically because of the Yawgmoth deck, and now the presence of Moto is kind of like infested with Heliod decks, and Heliod decks are running like the Kitchen Finks, Visitor Seer, Staff combo, and and with Vizier of Remedies. So those cards plus Eldritch Evolution and Chord of Calling, those are all cards that we really want Grafdigger's Cage against. So that is a card that I've been testing here. Not 100% sold on it because I'm not 100% sold on Trinket Mage to begin with. So um, but yeah, Crazy Ship, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. I appreciate the consistent support. Another card that you will see, Beast Within. We're playing some Beast Withins because Ashiok is still very very heavily played. Um, so yeah, Beast Within is the best answer I've found for Ashiok. Also, there's been a significant uptick in Blood Moon decks and stuff like that, and it's just a catch-all. Beast Within has actually been pretty good in my testing that I did over the past couple of days. And then we go to the counter magic. I am going with two negates. I'm not sold on this, honestly, yet. Like, negate has been okay. The fact that it counters Ashiok, which is again one thing that I'm very interested in countering, and it counters stuff like Scape Shift, and like the big cards that we care about from Tron has been kind of nice. But I wonder if we should play like go back to Disdainful Stroke or play a split between negate and Disdainful Stroke. Like there's a ton of options that we have in terms of if we want to play some counter magic. I don't think that Dispute is it though. I don't think that blue is gonna be now as prevalent as it was during Oko's existence. But I could you know I could see going back to the Disdainful Stroke. Would you mind explaining the logic of fetches in the deck? Can drop my run route. Yeah, so common sense. Also, hi. Yeah, hi, common sense. The reasoning for fetches, which makes sense in theory, but personally I have not been a fan of, is the fact that you can use fetches too if you're playing against the Blood Moon deck. If you draw the fetch before the Blood Moon, you can actually go find your basics and kind of like play around it that way. Fetches are also great when you're playing Field of the Dead, and they also allow you to go get the breeding pool if that's what you need. But honestly, I have not been liking the fetches too much personally. It's awful against Ashiok, obviously, and just like I don't know, just like not having access to like for example if you draw a fetch against control, or like I played yesterday against spirits and I drew a fetch and I didn't want to shock to go get a breeding pool, so I kind of had to find one of my basics, and then like that basic um was out of my deck, so then my opponent's Path to Exiles and Field of Ruins became better. It does have a cost. It's not free to play fetches. Are you liking this list? I'm mostly just like trying things out, Sam. Hey, Yamska how's it going? But yeah, I'm just trying things out. I'm currently playing a league. I'm 3-0, which is nice. So we're gonna start by finishing this league up, and then we're gonna see, if we make any changes or not. Um, Still not loving the whole trinket mage thingy. Maybe it should be something else. Or maybe I should actually try to go a little bit harder on trinket mage and just like add more explorers. The reason I don't like Uro personally, it's because it just fits very awkwardly in the curve. The nice thing about Explorer is that, since it costs 2 mana, you can go like turn 1 field, turn 2 breeding pool, or something like that, and you can explore on turn 2, and then you can be ahead of mana. And you can start, developing your game plan for turn 2, and then you can Azusa on 3, and then you Titan on 4. With Uro, that just doesn't work, right? Because if you Uro on 3, then you can't Azusa until turn 4, and Uro, unless you have exactly Castle, doesn't give you Titan mana, and Explorers gives you Titan mana anyway. So I don't know. Also, the fact that with an Amulet and a Bounce Land, casting Explorer is effectively free, so it's a free cantrip. It's also nice, while Uro is not. Fetches have an IRL cost as well. That's fair. Play my first league with oh nice, Sam. Let me know how it goes. Triggers are gonna be a nightmare. uh Probably at first you're gonna stack some triggers wrong, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly. Not much to say about this hand. It's just an instant mulligan, just straight up unkeepable. Now this is a nice hand though. So I think I ship the Explore here. I mean, we're keeping. What do I ship though? Yeah, I think it has to be the Explorer. It's gonna suck if I whiff of this Once Upon a Time, but I think I have to go for the higher upside play, which is find an untap land here, and then take it from there. Relic would be better than a fetch, as for the mana fixing, a little bit slower, but as Shiok proof. Yeah, that's kind of a whiff. All right. So now I really wish I had Explore in my hand. It feels bad, man. Um, Tour is being played in Iceberg. What is this? Oh, Dredge. And Icework, it has a home. This just isn't that home. So we have an amulet. We're gonna be able to Azusa next turn and have Titan mana, even if my opponent answer the Azusa, which is nice. So we basically can need to just hope that my opponent doesn't have too silly of a dredge turn. So far so good. No dredgers. That's certainly great for us. No dredgers. Great. No haggle, please. No haggle. Sweet. Another Shriekhorn. Hey yo. Alright, so my opponent's gonna have a silly turn next turn. But if they do use their mana, that means that we don't get. Also, they didn't use Trickhorn. Interesting. That's very weird. More Bloodghasts. More Bloodghasts. Okay, so they're gonna flash back the Ox. Which probably is bad for me. But they still need to. They still need kind of a lot. Oh. Oh, okay, this game is over now. Never mind, okay, so we're still playing, we're still playing. We're still playing, we're still playing. Can you tell me why I shouldn't put Inkmoth Wolfrun in my deck for Modern right now? Oh, yeah, I mean, do you really need me to tell you? I mean, I think that it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Okay, so what's the best line here? I guess that I can make Sombos if I go for this. So this seems better. So we're gonna play Primetime. We're going to haste. And then the game is going to end. Unfortunate that I was exactly 1 mana short of playing 2 Titans. Bojuku Bog, Field of the Dead. So this should be game over. Sometimes I wonder if Amulet is only good because everyone wastes their removal on Azusa. I mean, it definitely, there's definitely a lot of that. Better luck against this Dredge play than the other guy. Yep, that's certainly true. All right, so we have Cage. Take out a Cavern. And I think I'll just shave 1 Explore for a Negate. And on the draw, I think that Negate is going to be better than Pact of Negation. I'm not expecting Ashiok from Dredge. If my opponent has Dredge, then good for them. It has... Oh, I actually want Sage. Never mind. Okay, there we go. So we're going to do something like that. Time for a real format. That's what we're here for. The realist of formats. I think I'm gonna ship this. You see? Keep. This is why you mulligan. This is why you mulligan, folks. This is why you mulligan. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll take it. Alright. This is gonna be the third time playing for the trophy in 2 days. Let's see if I can get there. Yeah. It was even better than a turn 2 win. It was a turn 0 win, you know? Which is... it's even better. Thanks to opponent for saving us clicks. Yeah, I guess so. They ghosted. I mean, it could have been. It could have been that my opponent was ghosting. That would have been funny. Opponent sees the potential turn to kill, and they're like, "Yep, piecing out here." Guru4, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Guru. I appreciate the support. That's like the funniest kind of ghosting, right? If your opponent just like ghosts you and they see your opponent, they're like, "Yep, whoop, let's pack it in, let's pack it in." That's some real high value ghosting right there, because it saves us all time, you know. Plus EV to scoop there. Oh hey yo, playing against the Wilhol Exp. Wilhol S is another streamer which you can check out on Twitch. This is a really high EV match right here. Oh, my opponent's 3-1. Well, that sucks. Who's ready for Ponza? Well, that would be brutal. That would be brutal. I think this is actually a keep. We do have amulets. We do have castle, which is very nice. And Azusa is actually going to allow us to, if we find another bounce land, we can transmute onto, and we can play Titan on 3, which is a pretty succulent curve. Let's see what my opponent's on. Oh yeah, he's streaming as well? That's nice. I went to the kitchen to get water after seeing your opening hand and finished the game already. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a nice opener. I think I'm gonna castle on 1. It's too bad that we couldn't find... we really wanted to find an untapped source there. If we had found an untapped source, we would have been in a great shape. You're gonna see some fetching here. Having access to our one-off main deck explosives is kind of nice too. Okay, Anafensa. What does this mean? Non-token creature. Okay, so this doesn't combo with this yet. So no need to worry there. Now, interesting thing though, we are going to need to play Amulet here. And then I'm actually going to play Bojuki Bog here. By playing Bojuki Bog, this actually allows me to Titan next turn, because I'm going to be able to tap Bog and play Semi-Growth Chamber. Then we play we cast Azusa, and then we play Semi-Growth Chamber twice and use Castle to cast Titan. So we're also going to be able to play explosives for 2, and we're going to be able to crack it in case that my opponent potentially kills me. So I think that we're probably going to be in a fine spot here, but we see the importance of my sequencing, right? If I had played a bounce land on turn 2, then I wouldn't be able to cast a Titan right now. So we see like how many new possibilities this stupid card, which is incredible, is allowing us for, right? Like before the printing of Castle, there was no permutation that would have allowed me to turn 3 Titan here. It's all about playing one turn ahead, Sam. It's all about playing one turn ahead. Hopefully more turns ahead. I mean, I played my sequencing. I planned my sequencing on turn 1, right? That's exactly what you want to do. You want to be thinking multiple turns ahead. And here what I'm going to do, it's going to be a little bit weird that I'm going to actually... I can potentially get comboed out. So I'm just going to get 2 bounce lands. We do have Sanctuary here, so I guess that I'm going to get the Rot Farm. And now we're going to bounce this and this. So in for 8, we wouldn't have had access to lethal, which sucks. And then we're gonna play Explosion 2, and we have the ability to crack it. Now the question is, do I want to crack it right now? And I think I don't. How can I get got here? Is there any way that I get got if I crack EE right now? EE for 0 should stop the combo. No, but my opponent can potentially have like well, I guess that we die. We can still potentially die here. I actually made a mistake. Oh yeah, I actually made a mistake. I should have translated. I should have gotten another Simic Growth Chamber, and yeah, Spike Feeder. Exactly. So I think I actually punted here. What I should have done is I should have transmuted for Pact of Negation. Yeah, that was a bad mistake on my side. Yeah, I punted this one. That really sucks. Because Spike Feeder just kills me here outright. Because I can't beat Infinite Life. Yeah, I forgot that I have a Tolera West in hand. I'm playing around the board, and I'm not playing around. I'm still not familiar with like these lists. So yeah, I think that just like fetching. Yeah, I should have fetched for Pact of Negation. That was by far the far superior line. This is game 1. Do you have any cyber ideas how to beat Infinite Life? Dismember, I guess. Dismember to stop the combo. I don't see any combos here, right? Because they don't have a sack outlet. Is a Heliod combo strong? Can it be a tier 1 deck? I honestly have no idea. I think that the lists that have been running around are still very experimental. And they should be, right? Obviously. Alright, so they're gonna grow something. And then they're gonna get back their company. But I am not dead though. And my opponent is at 7. So they get back the Coco. And I can double Titan them here, so I should be good. So this destroyed their devotion. This destroys their devotion, so Heliod becomes a non-creature again. And then I use 1, 2 land drops to cast second prime time, then go from there. Oh, I actually... Had the list advantage if I didn't have the... Oh. Still not used to the new lists. Yeah, so I guess I shouldn't have cracked explosives there because... Well, no, I guess... No, we're fine. My opponent can't core. They only have 2 green creatures. They don't have a 3rd green creature. Yeah. Alright. I still think that my line of getting Pact of Negation would have been better. Because I don't know if my opponent's playing the Spike Feeder combo. But if they are going for something like that, then Pact of Negation allows me to play around it. So we want this, guys. We want Grafdigger's Cage. We want the other explosives. And I think I do want Beast Within, even though it's not great and it's pretty slow. I don't think we're going to have time for exploring, unfortunately. And I think this is not what this game is going to be about. I don't think that field is going to be particularly great. Hey, Phineas, how's it going? Good night to you as well. Yeah, a lot of people have been experimenting with Heliod, and I've seen it in a bunch of different shells. I've played against it in an Abzan company style shell with spike feeders and an offensa, because an offensa, what it does, it is allows you to combo with a ballista for 2, because you can play ballista x equals 1, and then the offensa makes the ballista into a 2/2, then 2 mana. So if I guess that even the line that I took prevented my opponent from killing me with the ballista Heliod combo, but it didn't prevent them from gaining infinite life if they had access to spike feeder. I see a Titan deck with Valakut and new. Yeah, I talked about that earlier, Finesse. I'm not really sold on those lists. I don't like them at all. And oh, come on, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you for sharing that Twitch Prime love, and welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Yeah, give you some Titans in the chat. All right, let's finish up this sideboarding real quick. And one of my amulets. I don't think I want Pact of Negation, actually. Would have been good there, but it seems pretty slow. I think I'm gonna cut the Ghost Squatter and I kind of want Trinket Mage as a way to get Grafdigger's Cage. So I'm gonna cut a Scout. This is definitely incorrect, but I'm running out of time. Maybe I should have cut it once upon a time there. The Dryad, the card looks nuts. I disagree. I don't think it's very good for us. This is a hand that is probably too slow for this matchup. Hey, Lex, how's it going? Doing well so far. We're 4-0, playing for the 5-0 here. And unfortunately, we don't have a good hand. I don't think we can keep this. This is a turn 3 Azusa into a turn 4 Titan, but on the draw, with no interactions. I think I'm going to ship it. This seems better to me. I'm going to keep this, and I think I'm actually going to bottom the Azusa. How does my curve look? So, turn 1, I'm going to play a tap land. Turn 2, I'm going to play Scout. Plus land. Turn 3, I'm going to... Yeah, so this gives me Titan mana on turn 4, and I'm going to be able to cast Dismember on turn... Yeah, I think I'm going to bottom the Azusa. All right, turn 1 bird. I kind of like these new basics. They feel kind of weird, but at the same time they're kind of nice. That's actually not a bad draw at all. So now I can play Amulet. In fact, that is an incredible draw. So if my opponent plays a combo piece right here, I can Amulet, Scout, and Dismember. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So play Amulet, play Sanctuary. The only thing is that, yeah, I think I have to bounce. Let's think here for a second. This is so weird because my second bounce land is actually a Boros Garrison. Yeah, I think I have to bounce the Sanctuary here because it's the only way I get to Titan next turn. We're going for the combo piece. But yeah, I mean, another example of the sequencing, just making trying to stay on top of my sequencing. If I had not, if I hadn't thought about this situation, it's pretty awful that we actually drew the garrison here. It's pretty brutal for us. Yeah, this company is gonna get us real bad. This Coco is gonna get us real bad, but I really don't know what to put these explosives on. I guess I'm gonna have to put these explosives on too, aren't I? Alright. This is gonna give me more information. I mean, I might die, right? Oof. Brutal. Whew. Alright, so what now? Transmitting for Blue Pact wouldn't do it, but I sided Blue Pact out anyway. Should I explosives on 1? Should I Bojuku Bog to play around a potential Eternal Witness next turn? So many options. Not being able to haste is pretty brutal, but there was no like combination that we could have done, that we could have used in order to do that. So nothing to do there. I think I'm just going to Tolaria West. I think I want to Tolaria West and Bojuka Bog. Yeah, exactly. So I think I have to play around Path / Assassin's Trophy. Now the question is, do I play these explosives on 0 or not? How much can you Goldfish into turn 2 Titans? It's not very common. Less than 10%. So I'm considering whether to play this explosive too. The thing is that I can't really die to a ballista, right? Because yeah, my opponent they only have 5 mana, 6 at most, only 3 cards in hand, up to 4 with their draw step, and if they cannot play Heliod and have 6 mana in order to combo off, so I don't think if I die to anything, it's not gonna be to the ballista this turn. So I don't think that it's correct for me to play these explosives. It might have been correct for me to blow up my own amulet and scout in order to kill both of my opponent's mana dorks, but that seems, well, yeah, obviously now now things are a little bit, of course feels bad, man, but I think that check the money amount towards the new streaming mic. Nice. That's the best kind of coincidences, That's just destiny. That's just destiny. What's your take on it? Keep it, or should we go back to Old Mole? I like it. I think that London Mulligan is nice. has the Trinket Mage been? Medium. I mean, as you can see, I'm not committed, right? I'm not committed to Trinket Mage. I'm only doing. I'm only playing the one. So I'm not like. Opponent getting every bit of value possible. I appreciate that. All right, what now? Uh, I can transmute for other explosives. That's probably what I'm gonna do. The thing is, do I play? I think I have to attack. I mean, I'm attacking for sure. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna use my mana and that kind of stuff, and whether I want to blow out my opponent's creatures. At this point, um, at this point, Jarsek with the Twitch from sub. Thank you so much for the continued support. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. At this point, one of my explosives is gone. My opponent only has 3 mana and a kitchen finks. So what I can do here is, let's go through my permutations. So I'm going to attack with this prime time. I can play another Primeval Titan, and I can explosives for 1 and crack it. Transmute for explosives, play it for 1 and crack it. Because I'm going to have 2 land drops from this scout. Blowing up my opponent's mana seems pretty convenient. So we're going to swing here. We're going to get... one thing that I want to make sure, though, is that I actually have this home in play. Because that's what's going to allow me to kill my opponent next turn. Because it's going to take 6 here. They can chomp up to 23. But then next turn I can swing for 18. So the thing is that I can actually... I'm trying to see how to maximize my mana. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I have to get castle here. And something else. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Castle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is... Oh yeah, but I can't transmute twice. That's kind of a problem. That is kind of a problem. Alright, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna bounce Bojuki Bog here. But I feel that if I lose this game, it is because my opponent actually... It's because of my opponent having access to this mana. With only 3 mana, I don't think there's any way that I can lose. So I think I'm going to get Engineered Explosives and blow it up. Transmute. 1, 2, 3, transmute. This is Titan mana. I cast Titan, get bounce land plus Tolaria West. The thing is, I kind of don't want to lose to... I kind of don't want to lose to... I don't want to lose to Path to Exile either. Yeah, I'm gonna be 1 mana short of playing and cracking explosives, which is pretty brutal. Let's not die to Damping Sphere, I guess. All right, this is what I got. I mean, we do have interaction for the Finks combo because we have access to instant speed but Jugiball, right? So Finks as a combo piece is not going to be relevant. If we get comboed out, it's going to be by Spike Feeder Heliod. Something that does not use the graveyard, because we have the graveyard covered thanks to the instant speed scout. So that part I made sure that I covered. I guess that we would die to to like Chord for Magus of the Moon or whatever. Like that could be. Yeah, no, unfortunately we can't transmit for Tinker Mage. We have to naturally draw it. And the cage also we can't transmit for. That's like one of the powerful things about Tormod's crypt, right? It's the fact that we can actually transmute for it, while Grafdigger's Cage or something like Relic of Progenitus we can't. Yeah, Vinigo Liardo. Usually, like the way this matchup plays out, it's like everything happens in the first 3 turns, and because of that, Pact of Negation is actually not great because you rarely get to leverage it. But yeah, if I had access to transmit for Cage, that would be gas. But yeah, I guess my opponent can instant speed Coco into Viscera Seer plus Anafensa, so I'm not going to tap this Scout unless I have to. My opponent says bye and hashtag fuck Tron. Oh, that's just good value right there. Oh, that's really funny. I mean, I do share the sentiment. Fuck Tron indeed. All right, first 5-0 on the season. You see, I needed to stream. I played like 6 or 7 leagues, and I just couldn't 5-0. And now the first league that I finished on stream, boom, insta 5-0. You see clearly, it's chat that's winning these matches. It's not me. It's not me. I'm just doing random clicking stuff. Thoughts on the new list with Valakut and Dryad? I talked about it at the beginning. I don't like it. I think it's pretty memey. It might do some cool stuff from time to time, but I think that the cost of putting you're basically making your deck strictly worse overall unless you have that specific combination of cards. So I'd rather play better cards like Asusa and like Scout and even Explorer. Honestly, I'd rather play better cards and make my Titans better than to like have this combo which both pieces don't do anything by themselves. For you, which are the best decks now? Certainly some form of Shadow, probably for Color or Grixis. Some form of Shadow Explorer high up there. Usually when the metagame looks like this, Burn also rises to prominence because everything is like kind of up in the air. Then Amulet is of course I think one of the best decks in the format as well. I think that this like Heliod something deck might be real. I I think that all the lists that are running around are very, very untuned yet. So the deck is not playing to its full potential. But I think that deck could very, very much be very real. Teeth Worms, for the 9th month in a row, thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate it. Do we definitely like negate over dispute? Dispute is good against Sasha, but definitely narrow. Yeah, well, the problem is that dispute was just great overall in the metagame before, and now negate is dispute is only good against Ashiok. The problem with dispute and Ashiok is that against a bunch of the decks that are going to be bringing in Ashiok against you, you don't want to have dispute in your deck, right? So that is Jund, Junk's gonna have Ashiok. Like basically any black deck is gonna have Ashiok, and you don't want to have like disputes in there. Um, Negate also counters Ashiok while countering stuff like Scapeshift and I don't know, being a hard counter in the late game against control, that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch of reasons why I do like Ashiok. I do like Negate right now. It might not be the way to go, but it is what I'm gonna be testing from now on. Anyway, we have some questions in chat. Student is a teacher. Yes, I teach drums. Imagine your teacher is an MTGO streamer. I guess, alright, it's weird. Giving a class on Titan right now. That's what I do. Double queuing moto and drums. Oh yeah, that would be impressive. Um, for much of his Shitogon friend has a playset of the Dark Blood Moons. That is actually true, but I don't have a playset. I have just 3 of them. They are the Dark, and I got them for like $5. Like I don't know how long ago. Like I think it was like 8 years ago or something. It was a good investment. They are very expensive right now. I don't think Education Mage is the right card to play again. I feel Ballista is in bad right now. Am I wrong in saying this? Honestly, I have not missed Ballista at all. Um, Ballista still has the same problems that it always had, which is that it's very, very when it's bad, it's like so bad. I actually played a couple of leagues with Ballista, and it has some like random situation. Like I played against Dido, for example, and I was able to like trinket mage for Ballista when he was down to 2, because like Amulet hasn't played Ballista in like years at this point. So I got him with a Ballista, which was pretty hilarious. Sub-Zero, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you for sharing that Twitch from love and using it in this channel. Really appreciate it. You think a Drassidron can be one of the best decks? I don't know. It was fine before, right? Like it's not that that deck was made by like it Karn is still very good. The only problem that I see with Karn moving forward is the fact that the decks that Karn used to host are no longer decks. So definitely the value of Karn has gone down considerably as a card because the static ability is not good anymore. Because with Moxel Boban, there's basically no artifact decks any longer. But it's not like the power of Karn was based off of the presence of Micah and Lattice. It was just like a nice to have thing. But yeah, no Uro. No, I think that Uro is not very good in Amulet. It's definitely really awkward in the curve. And I'd rather spend 3 mana to get an Amulet, right, than go over the top, which is actually it does happen. And Uro just like doesn't go over the top. It's just like a dumb 6/6. A dumb 6/6 is not how you win games in Modern. You do win Modern with non-dumb 6/6s that are double Demonic Tutor as well. This 6/6s double Demonic Tutor, good. 6/6 no double Demonic Tutor, no good. That's basically how I see it. Are you trying out going back to the Sinful Strength? Yeah, I talked about that at the beginning, Freezer. I'm trying out Negates right now because of the uptick that I expect in Blood Moons. But it's possible that the correct thing. In fact, let's make that change now. It's possible that the correct thing to do is maybe something like this, or just like two strokes, or 2 negates. We're gonna see how that works out. But I'm okay with trying out a split. I'm still like everything is super up in the air, right? Like there's a bunch of like Modern is brand new. I have played like a total of like 4 or 5 leagues so far. This was the 6th one, and basically I've been like trying around. I've been messing around a lot. I've been having fun with this, like a red green version of like the Titan the Titan deck, like the Field Titan deck, which was fun, but it wasn't very good. Like the best thing that I got was a 3/2, which is not where you want to be. I've also been having fun with this version with Knight of the Reliquary, which has been pretty cool. Maybe with Elanamber Skull. That's the other card that I wanted to try out. But overall, like Modern is super open right now. I don't think there's any clear best deck. I think that Amulet is probably high up there, but I don't think it's like objectively the best deck or anything. It's probably one of the best decks. But yeah, so I'm just like experimenting with a bunch of different lists. Professor Social Magic Period. Oh, that's cool. Mr. to kill from misclick. Thought the amateur was for the other. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, you always have to like glaze over the when they let you choose the order in which you want them to go on the stack. You want to glaze over to see which trigger corresponds to each land. It is weird. Why do we play a single fetch? Because I was trying it out. You're right. I totally forgot about this. Yeah, let's take that fetch out. I don't like the fetch land at all. Let's go back to breeding pool. Mismatching breeding pools for value. Brutal. At least it's less bad than my paper deck, which has literally 3 mismatching breeding pools. Ugh, gross. Ability so lit. Thank you for convincing me. Here, you're welcome, Sam. It's pretty great. We got the 5-0. Yes, we did. I still won, but yeah, it happens. Out of curiosity, what are you jamming in Pioneer? I haven't played Pioneer in so long. When I was playing around with this list. I actually enjoy this deck a lot. I didn't think it was very good. I've seen like better lists right now that are kind of cool. So I was messing around with this list. I was messing around with the red green aggro deck with Embercleaves and stuff. That's the one that I had the most success with. I enjoy that deck a lot. But then like all the bannings happened, and like Once Upon a Time got banned, and then like Smuggler Sculptor got banned. So I don't even know what's good in Pioneer anymore. I haven't played in a while. I've been focusing on Modern because of the GP, and now with the bannings, there's even more incentive for me to play Modern. So I've been just jamming Modern nonstop basically, and it's been great. Let's do this just to try it out, just to see what's up. Just to see what's up. Let's see how things go right here. But yep, let's join another league. Feels nice to get the first 5-0 of the season. It was about time. How has the Green Force been in the developing meta? Good. I faced a ton of Blood Moons lately. The other day I played against John, and my opponent went on game 1. They went turn 3 Blood Moon, and then on game 3 they went turn 3 Blood Moon. I destroyed it with Rex Age, and then my opponent went Boom Bust, and then played a second Blood Moon. Yes, my John opponent played Boom Bust. For those of you that are unaware of what Boom Bust is this card. For 2 mana, destroy target land you control and target land you don't control. And for 6 mana, destroy all lands. So, yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. We have 2 amulets and the scout and the cavern, but we don't have Titan mana, and we also don't have a Titan. We can ship this. Opponent moves to 6 and keeps. I think we have to go to 5 here. Ugh, alright, I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna bottom this. I'm gonna bottom this. Radiant Fountain at least can hopefully allow us to stabilize. This is not gonna be a fast hand. Oh, look at that. We're playing the mirror. It's probably not a great draw. So I guess that my draw step is going to affect my decision next turn. Let's see what I draw. Because if I draw... Oh, we're playing against Titanfield. Okay, that's so much better for us than the mirror. because we're probably just going to be faster than they are. All right, so we're going to Trinket Mage for what's his name? Oh, is this just escape shift? Okay, so then probably maybe it's not great for us. Ugh, they have Titan Mana next turn. I won't be able to be that fast. I can't even. Yeah, I can't even Azusa. Yeah, this. If they have a Titan, I don't think I'm gonna be able to win. But if they whiff on a Titan, though, we still have a shot. I think that if I have one more turn, I'm gonna be fine. But I need one more turn. I'm gonna get a basic forest here. So now they have Titan mana. Yep, they have Titan mana. That sucks. What can I top deck? I can top deck Second Amulet. Second Amulet would be lethal, which is nice. Even through a bunch of zombies, Second Amulet would be lethal. But that could be better than Amulet, don't have to be. Get out of here. Amulet? Standing ovation. Standing ovation. Easy. You were saying? So... Who was saying? Somebody in chat. Somebody in chat was saying that that Valakut was better than Amulet. Who was that? Who was that? I didn't see it there, you know? God damn. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. Play to your outs, etc., etc., etc. All that good stuff. All of these with Pact of Negation backup, no big. Wee. 32, yeah. Float, haste, float, haste, bounce. Oh no, one of my mana is gonna go to waste. Attack with Trinket Mage for value? Hell yeah. Get in there, Trinket Mage. Get in there. White. White. Float. Float. Bounce. Yes. Float. Float. Double strike. Double strike. That's how you play Titan, yep. One of these Titans is better than the other one. I let you chat guess which one's better. E. Z. Z? Z? There we go. Z. Z. There you go. Alright. Negate this Tenfold Stroke. Your time to shine, boys. Your time to shine. Give me them Beast Withins. Hell yeah. Can shave on Explorers. Could probably shave on Trinket Mage. By the way, we saw the power of Trinket Mage that game, right? That's what you want to see. Where are your Dryad and the Valakut? They are where they have to be. Not in my deck. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Give me that turn 2, baby. Give me that turn 2, baby. Give me that turn 2, baby. Never lucky. Actually, I'm going to get Vesuva here because it allows me to play around. It allows me to play around Dumping Sphere a little bit. I already have a bounce line in hand anyway, right? So I don't really care for a second one. Never lucky, he says. I went 1-4 with the list that I sent you that a friend 5-0 with. Yeah, that sounds about right, Aaron. I have both TitanShift and Amulet now, and Amulet is better. I mean, I agree that that's why I'm playing Amulet instead of TitanShift. So we certainly agree there. Alright. Asusa off the top one time. I don't have lethal though, which feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Drawing that Vesuva. I guess that now I got punished. I mean, the reason why I took the Vesuva made sense, but now I'm obviously punished because of it. So that part sucks. I can 16 my opponent, I think. But then I have to pay for pacts. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna pass here. Like I can put a Titan into play, but then I would need to pay for pact. Yeah, I guess, but what? I played Gruul Turf. As oddly as it seems, like this is much closer than it looks at first sight. Yeah, but I think that I will need to, like, the fact that I have to pack for the Asusa means that I'm gonna have to take it easy, right? And if my opponent has Mombuli Acid Moss, I lose to my pact on upkeep. I'm trying to see if there's any way that I can play around Acid Moss or Damping Sphere. Play Gruul Turf, we pack for Asusa, we play Gruul Turf again. And I'm going to end up with 3 lands into play. I could double Titan. But if I double Titan now I have to pay for 2 packs, so Damping Sphere actually kills me. Yeah, Dom, I know. I'm just trying to make sure that I have all my angles covered. So I think that the correct line is to pack for Asusa. In fact, I bottom 5 non-Asusa cards, so the correct line might be to even... No, I guess that this doesn't work. Yeah, so I think I just have to pack for Asusa. And I can't set up lethal, though. But I don't think that I have to go for another Titan. I think it was close, though. I don't think that it was easy as the previous one. In fact, I can probably Vesuva my opponent's Stomping Ground here. So I Vesuva their Stomping Ground. That gives me Titan mana. Thank you for the follow, by the way. That gives me Titan mana. Then I use Gruel Turf. I bounce Sun Home. I fetch. I play Primetime. I fetch Stronghold. Yeah, that seems better to me. It just gives me more green sources in play, which is what I need. Float 2, float 2. Primetime, yes. In fact, I can even play around Dumpy Sphere very nicely because I can haste, since I'm not setting up lethal anyway, right? So I can actually just use Gemstone Mine, and this allows me to fetch a Tolaria West, which would allow me to actually pay for my pact. Yeah, I feel sorry for my opponent because like it kind of feels like I'm slow rolling, but I'm actually like thinking about all the stuff that I need to beat. So they conceded. But yeah, so what I was gonna do is I'm gonna get Gemstone Mine Stronghold. I haste Titan. I even have once upon a time mana, just value. And then I can go get Simigroth Chamber, Tolaria West, hold Tolaria West in hand. And I have, if my opponent destroys Gruul Turf, I have this plus Gemstone plus T West in play. No, I guess that I wouldn't be able to find a bounce land. Never mind. Yeah, it's interesting though. It's interesting, like trying to figure out how to play around everything, and that's what I try to do whenever I'm that far ahead. Whenever I'm that far ahead, what I want to focus on is like how can I possibly lose this game, and the way to do it. I mean, I'm trying to play around those things right there, which were Acid Moss number 1 and Damping Sphere number 2. So I'm trying to make sure that they they might also play Ashiok next turn. Nice. But yeah, feels good, man. Deck's firing on all cylinders today. That game 1 on a multi 5 just it's just value. When you mull so low and you still get there. I mean, that's the beauty of this deck. I've won matches on most of 3. I think that's the lowest that I won a game on. Was that first league at 5-0? Yep, we got there. The first league was like I was already 3-0, and then I played the last 2 matches that I was missing, and I won them both. I think I have to ship this. This is basically a mulligan, and if I whiff here, I basically lose on the spot. And also, if I get there on Once Upon a Time, I'm not even that good. Like, we don't even have Titan mana. Yeah, this is just a mulligan. This is better. Stefan84, thank you for the follow. This is certainly better. I think I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to ship the Redundant Pact. Biardondo, thank you for the follow. So this is turn 4. Any land gives you turn 4 Titan mana. And then I have a bunch of like draws that help me out a lot, but I'm playing against Shadows, so nothing that I draw really matter. Alright, so here we go with the Disco Spell. And depending on what they have, they're going to take the Azusa here. Depending on what the rest of their hands look like. Trinket Mage? Out of all the things that they could have taken, they took a Trinket Mage. They have another Kozilek. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like, what if I had top decked Azusa, though? Like, they have to take the Azusa there. That is so weird to me. That is so absurdly weird to me. All right. I really don't get it. I don't understand why my opponent would do that. I guess I don't want f6 here because opt. Opt in shadow? Ugh. Gross. Gross. So this is a no blocks because Asusa means that any bounce land gives me Titan mana, which should end the game on the spot, so... Second Goifo? Alright, so I guess that they were afraid of engineered explosives, that's why they took that. Untap land or bounce? Untap land counts. Alright, dope. Whee! Oh, prime time, my prime time. Sure, so let's do this actually. Bog my opponent. And this is double strike mana. And I guess I can bounce Bojuka Bog. And I think I just hold it here. Oh yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Oh yeah. OP block. OP block. OP block. Oh, opponent's on the line. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold up the Bojuka Bog. Unless there's a reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have a lot of mana, we're fine. No, this attack was actually great because I can play Bojuka Bog second main phase and make the Goif a 0-1 and it dies to the 1 damage from the Asusa. How much value would that have been? That would have been great. If my opponent attacks, I think I do block one of the Goifs. Yeah, I certainly do. If they have TBR, they can trade with my Titan, but I have a second Titan, and this Bojuka Bog means that Tarfire plus TBR? Sure, I don't know why you would do that. Okay, so I guess they don't want to trade there. But they do know I have a second Titan, though. So what are we really doing here? Bog you. Bog you. There we go. Someone respect. For prime time. Play prime time. My opponent says I needed to draw a land and have you not block. It's just like I'm blocking 100% always, right? There's a second. Haste Titan win. Oh yeah, sure. Nah, whatever. Like we're not losing that game anyway, right? Like yeah, we did have enough to haste a Titan. We find Bousland, Stronghold, and just like haste Titan. I even left the mana for it and everything, and I just like brain farted. That was funny. It didn't really matter. Like at that point, it doesn't really matter what we do. Not sure about this guy, but we'll see. Get out of here. Get out of here. We actually do want Cavern. Ghost Quarter out. One Road Farm can come out. Explosive's good. Dismember's good. Tracker's good. Trinket Mage is good. We can shave one Summoner's Pact. Explore's great. I think I'm just gonna shave Bail off. Unless I CK Command and or Liliana. I guess I am supposed to keep this anyway, though, right? We're playing against Shadow, so my hand doesn't matter. The Sloth A, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Alright, alright. No, I think that because we specifically know that we're playing against Death Shadow, that I think that we actually keep this hand. Even though it feels pretty weird. Have I already tried New Dry? Yeah, I talked about it a couple of times already. And I think that it's pretty bad. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really doubt that I'm wrong. Like, I really doubt that I'm wrong about that. I think that is just a cute thing that people are having fun with, which is perfectly okay. Basically, any land there does it. For 1 mana, there's nothing that my opponent can have that punishes me here. So we're just gonna go here, land, and I'm gonna name Giant with this. Sitting pretty at 18. Also, my opponent's not taking damage from their lands, so I'm assuming that they don't have a Death Shadow in hand, which is obviously pretty good for us. No blocks. Another Coif. Sure. So this name Giant, right? Yeah. So this one can name Human, I guess. I could have named Lurgoy for value too. All right. 20 conceits. All right. Easy. 2-0. I'm not psyched about the Dryad buffing Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying now. I think that it's only for your lands. If I'm not mistaken. Lands you control are every basic land type, yeah. It's just for you, so doesn't matter. We keep these every day. We are missing a grain source, but these entering tapped is actually pretty nice value with Amulet. That is actually something that I wanted to point out, which has happened to me a couple of times. Is just like entering the battlefield tapped when you have multiple amulets in play does happen. So we are only missing a Titan with this hand. It is a turn 3 Titan though, because we don't have a green bounce land, so we're not going to be able to. Play a Susan 2. So that's the bad news, but it's still a keep. I had a turn 2 if I had a Titan with Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I mean it is not. It's not impossible. Once Upon a Time definitely between Once Upon a Time and the London Mulligan, the chances of turn 2 actually have gone up significantly. I don't think it's an alarming rate, but like it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, to be fair, like last. Oh, we're dead. oh, my opponent reveals Chancellor of the Tangle. Oh, we're so dead. It's not even funny. Wave Runner 31, thank you for the follow. We dead, ladies and gentlemen. GP memories coming back to mind. Man, that was such a brutal match. Alright, I think we dodged a bullet there. Little Morningstar, thank you for the follow. Opponent goes bottom, bottom. Alright, we might have a shot here. Our hand is pretty strong. Now the question is, does it matter? Yeah. I don't have the turn 2, unfortunately, for me. I kind of Sousa into... But this being a non-green, our only non-green bounce land, it's definitely pretty brutal here. On the plus side, however, if I guess my opponent would need to have the second land already in hand, and they would need to top deck exactly Neo form, or for them to have like Simian Spirit Guide land Eldritch Evolution or Concession. Wow. Didn't you have fun in that match? Wasn't that much fun? Right? We had a lot of fun playing that match. God damn it. Do I want anything else? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I won something else. Woo! Almost forgot this card was in my deck. Damn it. Alright. We like that. We like that. Something like this, maybe? This is just not fast enough. And not interactive enough either. I mean, this hand does do something. And we have blue mana, so we kind of need to draw a negate or something. But we can only hold up the negate starting on turn 2. Our turn 2, which would be my opponent's turn 3. So I would assume that I'm dead by then. Yeah, I guess that we want castle. Bottoming that negate there is pretty brutal, but castle allows me to Titan on 3, which otherwise I'm not able to, so that's why I got the castle there. And on turn 2, I'm just gonna play my Breeding Pool and Shock, representing counter magic, even though I don't have it, but my life is pretty much irrelevant. My life total, that is. Not my life is irrelevant. Finally free from the Elk Tyranny. Yeah, it's nice that is over. I did not enjoy that at all. Dissenter's Deliverance. Huh. So we can play some mind games here. Wouldn't you flash a land with the Tribarder if you had a counter? I mean, I want to put the idea in my opponent's head, right? Because the second that I show them that I don't have a counter, that's when I die, right? Should I go? I think I need to continue selling the fact that I have a counter spell. And next turn I can actually transmute for 1, which is nice. So I'm just gonna continue selling the fact that I have a counter spell. And starting next turn, I'm actually going to have a counterspell. Except I can't cast it, but my opponent doesn't know it. Yeah, I know we can't pay for it, but my opponent doesn't know that I can't pay for it. Yeah, I guess I could have transmuted for the breeding pool. Well, my opponent's just going for it. God damn it. I think I packed anyway. I was trying to bait my opponent into Veiling there, into casting Veil of Summer. So I think it was correct for me to pack there, just to tap them out a little bit. Of course, it didn't work out, but my opponent saw the bluff and they got me. Did you talk about the trick it made? Should I look at that bot? I'm trying it out. It's been medium to good. It's been medium to good. It's mostly the fact that Grafdigger's Cage. I think it's actually pretty good in the current meta. Yeah, I'm keeping this hand every time. Keeping this hand every single time. Would 1 second counter center? Oh, you're 100% right, Dom. I thought I had done that. Didn't I do that? Yep, I'm dumb. Yeah, this should be in my deck, and second field of that should be in my sideboard. Field is pretty much irrelevant in this matchup. Yeah, these stroke counters Dino. This time around, they're totally gonna have the Veil of Summer. Oh, they don't. Pog. The classic 3 for 1. God damn it. Alright. Well, I guess we keep doing this thing where we play lands, right? If my opponent has the nuts in hand, okay, they could have won. Just casually beating Neoform. It's definitely erotic. Erotic Dried Amulet deck that Canister and some others have been trying. What's your opinion on it? I think it's not very good. Maybe it is. I've been wrong before. I don't like it at all, but maybe I'm the one that's wrong. The sound is excellent, by the way. I didn't say anything because I thought it was pretty straightforward. Turn 3 Titan on the play with Amulet. Sign me up! Why do you keep 5-0? Do you think Wizards to take a look into 5-0 increase? Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure that... Oh. Well, that's bad news for us. Well, that's good news for us. Oh, the swings in this game. It's too much to handle. Yeah, so I'm just gonna play an amulet here. And I'm gonna play my land. When my opponent attacks, I am probably going to block. That's why he always for one, so they look too closely into it. That's fair, yeah. So there's the Pendlehaven. Alright, so they do play the scale up here, which forces a block on my part. Which kinda sucks, but it's fine, because we can Azusa this turn. Unless my opponent has like main deck explosives or something, we should be able to Titan here. Please tap out OP. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we packed for Azusa. Cast Azusa. Turf 3 times. 1, 2. Moto order my order my triggers wrong. I might have been in trouble there, but we're fine. That was almost a brutal misclick though. And I'm blowing this up main phase because my opponent clearly doesn't have blue mana. Which is something that I certainly want to capitalize on. So I'm blowing up my own amulet, but I'm blowing up my opponent's entire board, so that seems like a win for me. Boom, boom. And I guess I bounce the basic forest. Is there something my opponent could have main deck that would punish me for this? I don't think so, right? So I bounce the forest, pay for my pact on upkeep, play explosives, blow it up this turn. So pay for my pact on upkeep, and then I can double strike the Titan for lethal. Yeah, I think we're fine. So EE for 1, and I'm gonna blow it up immediately because I don't want my opponent to have access to mana. GG's. Tech Edge could do it. Nice. Alright, so we take those out, we bring this in, we bring that in. On the draw, I like Force of Vigor. Take this out, take this out, take this out, take these out, take these out. Infect has a very bad land base, that's possible. I think I like Trinket Mage on the play, but on the draw, I think I'd rather have access to Force of Vigor, which can be a potential blowout against Inkmoth Nexus. And I feel like this matchup is so bad that we need to take risky lines like this, like on the draw, having Force of Vigor in your deck. And just hope that your opponent's killing you with that. I guess I have to keep this. It might be too slow. Turn 1 elf. So let's start here. Let's see what our options are. Simic growth. What to do here? Should I Tribe Scout? Or should I play the explosives for 1? Playing Tribe Scout prevents a turn 2 kill, but then delays my explosives. Do I want to block or not? I mean, I don't want to block, but I might have to block. I think that I play the Scout. If my opponent goes the thing that makes it a 6/4 scale up right here, then I'm forced to block. Unless they don't play a second line, which they do. Okay, so yeah. So if they go scale up here, then I'm basically trading my Scout for a scale up. Alright. Now that this happened, I let it go. I don't block. Only take 1. I'm into that. I'm gonna play Blighted Agent here. Well, that's good for me. That's very good for me. So my opponent could have Force of Negation, but I don't think I can beat Force of Negation. So we're not gonna try. Alright, they don't seem to have Force of Negation. Play Azusa. Boom. And I'm just gonna play and crack explosives on 2 right now. 1, 2, done, crack, go. Force. I didn't think Force of Negation. I thought Force of Vigor. My bad. They do play Force of Vigor sometimes in the sideboard. And the nice thing here is I can throw away the Azusa. It doesn't matter, and then I can actually still Titan just with Stacy. Click this trigger so fast. Yeah, it's not my first rodeo. Not my first rodeo. Usually the times that I misclick is because of moto lag, like it happened earlier. I lagged a little bit, and that, Yep. Asusa's going under the bus, taking one for the team. Pog. Oh, we might... Okay, so we're not playing around Force of Vigor, but we are playing around... Oh, I should have floated a mana for Titan. Why didn't I do that? I mean, for 1 mana, there's nothing that they can have, I guess. Sweet. Alright, so now we get to double Titan, which makes things easier. Just like drawing to all the perfects, it's fine. just casually drawing to literally all the perfects at all times. And then it's gonna be fine. That's how you win with Amulet. Vines of Vastwood is the card that I was saying, because Vines of Vastwood is actually weird in that the way it's worded, it can actually prevent you from activating. So if my opponent Vines, now that I activate this right here, if they Vines one of my Titans, they can just they can prevent both of them for the rest of the turn. They can prevent the second activation as well. And then if I have to pay for a pact or something, then I get wrecked, right? So yeah. We're 4-0 again? Speed running. APM so good. Oh yeah, my APMs are all over the place. Last time I played Amulet, I was ahead by 5-7 minutes. I was playing blue-white. It's like playing against Brian Cooking Legacy. I don't know how quickly he plays, but he probably plays pretty quickly. Yeah, usually the way that I approach it, which I honestly need to get a little bit better in paper. The way that I approach it is like I usually think multiple turns in advance, so I don't need to spend so much time, unless it's an extremely complicated turn. Who the highest APM Magic player is? Probably LSV or Shota. How have the Trinket Mages been doing for you? Actually pretty decent. No Dryad of the Elysian Grove? No, I don't think that card is very good for us. Yeah, we have to ship this hand. We have to ship this hand too. Out of 5 we go. And we do keep this one. So, what are we looking for? I think unfortunately Asusa needs to go because I need actual cards, so I'd rather have Explore than Asusa. So Asusa goes, and I think Trinket Mage also goes. We're on the play too. Yuck. It's pretty brutal. I guess we're playing breeding pool. Actually, I should have played Field of the Dead there because I might breeding pool. Oh, we're playing against. Ugh, gross. Move to 5. Opponent goes turn 1. Thoughtseize gets my only card. Feels bad, man. Jund. Is Jund good now? Is that something that's gonna happen now? Jund is gonna be okay. Ren and ticks. Feels bad, man. Feels real bad, man. Throwing the scout into the Ren. Ren, okay. I mean, technically that's a Titan. Isn't it risky to go with field instead of once upon a time? No, I don't think so, because if my opponent is spending their turn 2 to discard me again, that means that they're not progressing their game plan, which I'm into, you know. So what can we draw here? All right. So we're going to transmute for castle. Yeah, and I'm gonna hold this in hand because of Liliana. So honestly, barring another Thoughtseize, we're looking pretty good here. Okay. Them getting a tap land is good for me. Also, they showed me that they have another fetch land, which I don't understand why, but I will take it. Here we go. It's prime time, baby. Valeria West and Simic Growth. So if my opponent trophies my prime time, I get a land and we can start clocking. Eat Valeria West. You got it, Chief. Eat Summoner's Pact. You got it, Chief. Whoops, my bad. So this can get explosives, which is nice because it blows everything up. Ren might be able to ult here because I'm gonna have to pay for Pact. So if they do manage to, there's a field in play already, Aaron. So if they want to trophy my Titan, at least I get a zombie for my troubles. Have we tried a singleton warrior yet? No, I don't think it's very good. It just doesn't fit within the curve. Alright, so this is probably a draw step. No? Just nothing. they just have nothing. Okay. Move to 5, opponent goes turn 1 Thoughtseize, then concedes on turn 6. Ah. Oh, John, never change. Oh, John, never change your ways. John doing 2019, John thinks. One day we'll make it. One day. That's like probably like the most said sentence by John players worldwide. One day we'll rise back up again, and it will be glorious. John still can't beat us, eh? I mean, I think that John got a lot of tools. I mean, the main reason we won that match was this card, right? You see why I want to have access to more copies of this card? I'm ban death, right? You cowards. Four fatal pushes and 3 lands. Yeah, I guess that's right, because they didn't even play a ball or something. I wouldn't be surprised if they had at least like one more Ren in hand. Because they were like Thoughtseizes and stuff, right? What am I doing here? One more card I want to cut. Kind of don't want to cut a land. Hmm. Let's try something like this. Jaunt isn't that good right now. It's basically Jaunt has not been good since the banning of Deathrite Shaman. This sounds good. This card is the nuts. Thoughtseize, Inquisition. Do I let this go? Oh, that's right. We made some changes. I will update that in a second, Aaron. I will update this after this game. I forgot that I made some changes. I think I'll let it go. They can take my Once Upon a Time, but that means that they don't take my Pact. Thank you, I appreciate it. Breeding Pool. Tapped. Go. Thoughtseize. Alright. Another Discord spell. Wow. Alright. Sure. I have no hand. That's an insane draw. That's another insane draw. Good, good, good. Things are... Everything's coming up, Millhouse. So I guess I play the Forest here? Because I kind of want to copy some of my opponent's lands with this Vesuva. Fetch. Liliana would be kind of a beating. There she is. Almighty. I think I have to discard this Vesuva, unfortunately. It kind of sucks a lot. So that's a castle. Trinket Mage. And I guess I mage for an amulet here. And I think that I need to pact, and I need to accept the fact that I die to Fulminator Mage. Alternatively, I could have played Trinket Mage and then held the amulet in hand. That might actually have been reasonable. Artifact. Okay. All right. So we are probably good now. This should be, unless my opponent top decks exactly a Tarmogoyf or something. Oh, and they discarded the K command. All right, so definitely playing out the amulet as bait to make my opponent play out their K command was a great line. Good job, me. Good job, me. All right, so my opponent has one turn to draw a Goyf, basically. And now we actually have Titan mana in play. Yes! Justice! Justice! Oh, the swings in this game. The swings in this game. This is too much. I can't handle this. I can't handle this. One top deck deserves another, I guess. So my opponent has instant, sorcery, and land. So if I bog myself, their Goyfs are gonna be tiny. And I can clear Liliana. So I can get either Tolaria West here, or I think I get T West, right? Makes all of my bounce land draws just the nuts. But this makes the Goyf tiny. This means I can clear Liliana, which is gonna grow the Goyf up to a 4/5. But that's kind of fine. What if you bog, bounce, and bog again? That's too much. I'm passing out on value. My opponent top decks exactly Assassin's Trophy. I actually lose the game, right? Because my opponent, I mean, they're gonna have a tiny Goyf. He's gonna be like 2 or 3. But I don't think that's the line. Is there an argument for Nullhide Ferox over Baloth? Yes, for sure. If you are trying to, if you are trying to target specifically Jund or Death Shadow, I think that Ferox is significantly better than Baloth. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, is this guy. It has basically the same clause that that Baloth has. When if it gets discarded, then you put it into play instead. Except it's a 6/6, which brawls with Tarmogoyfs very, very effectively. It has hexproof, which is pretty good against, which is pretty good against removal, and you can't cast non-creature spells, which is definitely a big downside, but it's not too bad. That means that you need to pay 2 to cast your pacts and stuff, but it's doable because we often play a lot of lands. And usually when this guy comes down, it kind of takes over. So it's big in the matchups that you want it. And it's defensible against blue white because you can play it earlier and it taxes your opponent's mana and spells. So that's nice. If you pay 2, any player may pay 2 to make it lose all of its abilities. So that's something that you can do as well. But yeah, this card is very, very good against Shadow and John decks. Definitely much, much better than Baloth. But it's not playable against Burn, obviously. Well, Baloth is the nuts against Burn, so. Was Fetchland strictly worse than Third Breeding Pool? No, but I didn't like it, basically. If you want to fetch, if you want to shock, like if you're looking for a blue source, then that means that you're paying 3 life instead of 2, which can be pretty brutal against burn and stuff. And um, if you want to fetch a basic, we really don't play that many basics. So against a bunch of matchups um, like Path to Exile matchups, right? You really don't want to be fetching your basics, right? Because you're making your opponent's Path to Exiles and Field of Ruins so much better. So that's why I've been going with the third breeding pool instead of the fetch land. Also, like, is so bad against Ashiok. And the potential upside with Field of the Dead has literally not come up for me in 6 leagues. So it's so marginal. Usually when you get Field of the Dead going, you're probably gonna be winning that game pretty easily at some point anyway. So like there's like very marginal value there that you can get. You can use the fetch land to get a land at instant speed and potentially get some summon balls, but it's just it hasn't come up in over 30 matches at this point. Hey Sam, how's it going? You missed out, man. We just 5-0'd again. Isn't Colossus better in the slide if you only care about Jund and Shadow? Well, that's why I've been playing Colossus instead of the other guy. Yeah, we 5-0'd again. I don't know. Dex lit. What do you want me to tell you? It's funny because like I really plummeted my. I've been messing around with some like brews and I went down to like 1760 in my constructor rating. Now it came back to a more reasonable number, but like I've been messing around with like Titan field decks and I've been losing a lot. So it's nice to go back to a reasonable to a reasonable rating over there. Um, but yeah, I mean, Trinket Mage has been kind of gas, honestly. Like being able to get Amulet got me some games. Even just now against John, like that, like we just straight up baited my opponent into a play that was very very beneficial for us, and it was great. Are you gonna try Uro some point? So I think that Uro is wrong just because of how much it costs, and that is what people are all the time like misevaluating. It's just like it's not that Uro is not a powerful card. For those of you that don't know, Uro is this fella, um, which is basically an explorer that gains you 3 life, and then it's a 6/6 with escape, so you can escape it, and it's better in the late game. So there's a couple of things that this card has. First of all, the fact that it costs 3 mana for the Explorer effect fits really, really poorly within our curve, right? We have a curve of 1 and 3. On 3, we want to play Azusa. Explore is only viable because it actually it smooths out this curve, right? Uro doesn't. If we're playing Uro, we're not playing Azusa. The thing is that we're playing Explorer in turns where we cannot play Azusa. Uro is also significantly harder to cast. The blue pip is not free. We don't have that many blue sources. We have this. I guess that we can count this as a blue source. But as you can see, we have like 10 blue sources or something. Yeah, 11 blue sources. That's not too many to cast your ramp spell. And because of the fact that we only have 11 ramp spells, 11 blue sources, is the fact that it's extremely hard to escape this guy for us. Also, if you look at our graveyard, unless we're playing against something like Jund, we literally don't have 5 other cards in our graveyard. It's just not a thing that happens. Like we're not very good at filling up our graveyard. All of our cards are permanents, with the exception of the pacts, which if you're casting them, we're probably going to get a Titan anyway. This and this are literally the only cards that we play that are gonna go to our graveyard. That's 10. we need to draw half of these cards in order to cast our Uro. And also we need to have double green and double blue, which again, double blue is not very easy for us to achieve at all. Castle doesn't help cast this guy. Like there's all sorts of bad things that Uro has. There's a bunch of problems of why it just doesn't fit within the amulet strategy. And people are focusing only on like, yeah, but like on turn 12, you have something to do with your mana, right? It's just like, yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. Man, you have something to do on turn 12, but like probably if you make it to turn 12 and you're not already winning, then you're probably not winning that game anyway, right? If you make it to turn 12 and you're not winning, is because you're playing against blue white and they have kind of like established the Jace plus the fairy lock or whatever. And this guy is not going to save you there, right? It's just going to be a 6/6 that they can answer very easily, and that's going to draw you a card. Um, that's not very good. I'd rather play a card that actually smooths my game plan and makes me a better deck, right? Instead of something that has a potential upside, like on turn 9 or something. I think that Uro is just bad for Amulet. It just doesn't fit with what we're trying to do. Best play is Altar of Dimension 2 and sacrificed you Uro turn 3 and mill 6. Yeah, and then we mill all of our one-offs and and our Titans becomes worse. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, it's a different kind of card. Uro is not a card for Amulet. Just the fact that it's bad, it's like Simic colors doesn't mean that it's good in Amulet. We saw that with Oko, right? Oko was only medium in Amulet. It was just like a silly card. That's why I played it in the event. But yeah, have you considered every other green and blue card in the new Theros? I have all the ones that seemed like had potential. I didn't like them enough. I think I talked about the Dryad earlier today. I don't think it's very good. I don't think that's what we want to be doing, and I think that it's a card that is strictly worse than Azusa in most scenarios. And unless, like, I think that you're making your deck strictly worse by including it. So, Community Colossus over Ferox to target John Shadow? Yes, 100%. Noob Saris. So yeah. Negate still answers Ashok. Yeah, that's the main reason why Negate's here. Control is already grindy enough. Why would you play Uro in place of some game-winning card? Yeah, like if you want to have like a haymaker against control, I'd rather play like a Carnage Tyrant or something. All right. Any other thoughts on the list? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna play another league. So if you're watching on YouTube, don't first of all thank you, and second of all, don't forget to check out the next video and hit that like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.